Now, we are currently under leadership that has no accountability, not for themselves, not from others. So we can directly see what that looks like. And the best word to describe that is chaos. Chaos does not work for any of us, most of us, most of the time. So you want to make sure that the kind of leadership that you are leading and be an example of does not represent chaos. Now, let me make sure that everything is started. Okay, everything looks good. Now, first, when I think about vulnerability, most of us, we don't want to show our vulnerable side. You don't want others to think that you don't have it all together. Why not? I understand that we think because you are a leader, there's no room for flaws, that you are not allowed to be human, to make mistakes, to be in a place that you are continuing to learn and grow. Guess what? That's not true at all. It's really not fair, and it makes no sense. Each one of us are continuing to learn, and today is the first day for today. You've never been here before. I've never been here before. So unless you were in the Matrix and you're a time traveler, this has not happened before. The combination of today has not existed. Sure, there's things that you are implementing now that you've done yesterday or that you thought were going to happen today. But you did not know how it was going to go down until today came. You didn't know if you were going to wake up. So guess what? It's a first. We tend to raise the bar for our leaders to this crazy high place. And we have to understand they're human. They are learning. They're trying. They're going to try their best. Now, what we hope is because we have you in that position of leadership, because you have been positioned in that position of leadership, that you do stand out, that you function in a different place where you at least look as if you have everything together, not to hold you completely to that standard, because that's unrealistic. Life just doesn't give it to us to that. And it does not matter what your status is, who you are, and who you think you are. You don't run anything. You're not in control. But you can influence others and you can help and support others. And that's what leadership is. So once you actually take that unfair bias off of yourself, that pressure, and you just allow yourself to be who you are, and you allow yourself to understand, let me just keep this real for the sake of everyone involved, then you can get a better understanding of who you need to be for other people. Life takes a group effort. It's a village. So just because you're in different stages as far as leadership or following and team member, that does not mean that you're special. Yeah, I said it. I'm just saying it doesn't mean that you're special. So you have to understand the difference. We get caught up in there, and that's how you see a lot of bad leaders that do not understand that part. They kind of let themselves forget that. That's where you mess up. When you get greedy is when life and God will show you. Let me remind you of who you are and who you are not. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are holding yourself accountable just for anybody else. Let's be honest here. When vulnerability, I think about all the different mishaps that you just don't want to talk about. You don't want to have it on your sleeve, that others ask you questions. And it's okay. Of course, there's things that are personal that you probably don't want to speak about, but you should be open to answering questions in leadership, as well as being able to relate to the people that you're talking to. When you guys are following others, don't you want to relate to who they are? You want to make sure that they understand where you are and where you're going. Okay. You want to make sure that others understand that you do understand. And vulnerability shows them that. First, being honest. Being honest does not mean that you're vulnerable, but we feel that way sometimes. When you are being vulnerable, you're showing that you are a true leader because you are willing to put yourself out there on the line as well. Being a leader does not mean that you have it perfect, that you know how to do every single thing. That's not how leadership works. Leadership shows that you know how to bring other people to the front, that you know how to be upfront, that you know how to be submissive and listen sometimes, that you know how to bring the other characteristics and strengths out of other people so that you can work together, so that collectively each person's strength is strong. Okay, that's what leadership is. Leadership is not, I'm just going to tell you what to do and you're going to follow it. Don't ask me any questions. No, that's not leadership. That's poor leadership, poor management and supervisor. Like that's just what that is. None of us appreciate it. We just don't. It only goes but so far when you think that that's what leadership means. There's a lot of responsibilities behind leadership, and being vulnerable means that you are being honest. Some days you may not feel like you have it, and that's just what it is. But as a leader, you're going to position yourself to continue to fight, that you are going to continue to lead at the best of your ability, and that if you don't feel that you are being your best, then guess what, Jen? You can have a disclaimer like, hey, today is not great. Today I may have experienced a loss. Today my mindset is a little off. You at least let the people that are following you know, hey guys, today I'm not 100%. They will appreciate that because then they know, okay, well, let me also make sure that I continue to look for the facts and do the research myself, that I make sure that I watch you in case you need support, in case you need help, or maybe if I need to step up and lead as well and let you have a break, let you be able to deal with what it is that you are doing. If you are not honest, then you're not giving other people that opportunity to step up or other people to bless you and help you with whatever it is that you need. You're a leader, but you're not God. I'm just saying there are going to be days that you just don't have it. You can't do it. And guess what? There's a plenty of people on this planet that can help you, that can assist and step up. But if you always think that you're perfect, you have to be there in the limelight on top of everything, then you won't even know what kind of support you have. And you won't be able to see, well, how well is my leadership working in other people? Can they have this position? Can they hold it? We are trying to hold on to everything that we got and we don't want to share. Homie, just because you're the leader of this position, this organization, that's not the end of the story for you. There's other things that you can elevate to as well. So don't just hold hostage your position and not let somebody else have time to get it. It's okay. You don't have to do all that. It's all right. Relax. Being vulnerable means that you're being honest. You want to be able to take accountability. Like I said, we are following leadership right now that has no accountability. And it's absurd. Accountability is for each and every single one of us, especially those who are following who you have put in position as a leader. They need to know that you are willing to say, hey, I messed up. I'm going to try to fix it, and I'm going to continue to grow and do better. They need to know that you hold yourself in the same standard as the people that you are following. They need to understand that you practice what you preach. That's what you want for yourself when you're following someone else as well. You want to make sure that, hey, what I'm doing and what you are requiring me to do, you are also doing. When we don't hold ourselves accountable and we think that we are the exemption in leadership, then that's what a hypocrite is. That's exactly the definition. You're not doing what it is that you're telling me to do. You actually believe that you have gotten to a point that you don't have to follow these same rules. That's not good leadership. So you don't want to be that person. You want to make sure that you let your followers know, look, I hold myself accountable as well. I make sure that what I say is important, that I can do, and that I can be an example for what it is that I am teaching you, for what it is I am requiring of you. I'm making sure that I'm on top of it as well. That's just what you need and you want. in good leadership. Now, third, you just want to admit that you're human. Hello? I mean, really, you're not a robot. I don't care what movie you watched. You're not a robot. You are human. You have emotions. You have setbacks. You have days that just the dots don't connect. They just don't. A does not go to B, and it's just what it is. Okay. You have other responsibilities. You have distractions. You're human. And being human, a part of being human is recognizing, guess what? We are all under authority. Like I said, just because you are in a place of leadership did not make you God. Hello, that seat has been taken. You don't run anything. You are not in control. You are helping others and influencing them, but you don't run anything. You're not in control. Okay? No matter if you are the CEO, if you are the owner of that business, even as mom and dad, you can see the children will still pop like, what do you mean? All you are doing is trying to be a good example of what that role represents. But you are not in control. All of us have someone that we are to be submissive to, that we are to obey, that we are supposed to follow and receive instructions from. So even if you own your own business, God is still in control of you. He still holds you accountable. He is still watching, and you still have to answer to him. What kind of leader does God want us to be? One who does not abuse the people following them. One who understands what it means to be human and is realistic in the intentions that they are setting and moving forth with the responsibilities that they have. God holds us all accountable. So don't get cocky with it. Don't start pop locking, because guess what? God will remind you of who he is, and he will take that position from you. He will move your gifts and strengths and show you. He will show you who is in control. So you want to make sure that you stay humble. Human and humble. Okay, that's all you can do. We are all just trying our best. And you want to show, lastly, that as a leader, guess what? You are also a student. Each and every single person is a leader. You are a teacher. You are a student. We can teach each other in any given moment, topic, or task. And we are also, when you allow yourself, capable of learning from each other. God uses everybody, each and every single one of us, strangers alike, and it does not matter who you are and what your status is. You can learn from a child, and I suggest that you do, okay? You can learn from someone who used to work in that position that no longer works there. I suggest you do. You can learn from your counterparts. You can learn from your employees. You can learn from your spouse. You can learn from your neighbor. Do so as well. Each one of us has something to contribute to this thing called life. And at any given moment, God will, I repeat that, God will use someone around you to teach you a lesson, to give you some advice, or just to show you yourself, to give you a mirror. Just be like, hey, this is what you're doing. This is what you look like right now. Or hey, you're looking pretty good. I need you to understand who you are. God will use that through anyone. So don't block your blessings. Don't start power tripping because you just want to be a certain way and hold yourself into a certain status. Don't do that. It's best when you're just realistic about what vulnerability means. Being vulnerable, it sounds as if it's a weakness, and it sounds like something you should protect. I understand that. You don't want to just have your emotions on your sleeve. You don't want to just let people know, hey, this is what I'm allergic to. These are my wounds. Pick them. No, we don't want to highlight those moments. But that doesn't mean that it's not there. And it does not mean that you can't be honest about it and that you can't share. Of course, you can share. It lets others know who you are and that you're willing and you're able And let me just see, how did you get through that? How are you going to get through that? Because they're watching anyway. They're watching anyway. You might as well share. It gives more understanding to those around you for maybe what it is that you need. They get to watch you. They get to watch this testimony reveal itself in real time. Just trust that you're going to be okay. When we try to protect ourselves, when we try to save ourselves in all these different places of being vulnerable and feeling weak, God will strengthen you wherever you are, no matter what you are going through. You don't have to protect yourself in the sense of the way that we do. It doesn't have to be extreme, and it doesn't have to be imbalanced. Ask for God to help. Ask for God to give you the confidence that you need to push forward with regardless of whatever situation that it is. Ask him to help you to answer honestly, as well as to have discernment for when maybe sometimes you need to say, hey, that might not be none of your business. I'm just saying, you don't want to be rude, but you want to be able to know who I can reveal this to and who I can't, when it's appropriate, when it's not. Just ask for help. But understand who God is in your life and that you will be just fine. One moment that I thought that I was going to be very vulnerable with dealing with was when I had my brain surgery. It's been going on 5 years now. And after the surgery, the first thing when you have surgery, any kind, there's scars. This side of my head, that's where they had to go into. And of course, my hair was gone. I did not know if any hair was going to grow back at all. And I was worried about that. Like, okay, I've made it. I've had this surgery. I've come out. I know who I am. I know who my kids' names are. And I still have a business to run. But I wonder, how will I look? I decided early on, that's not about to stop what I'm doing and what my purpose is. I have a family to raise and I have people to help. So we ain't got time to be worried about no hair. But as a human, it still makes you feel uncomfortable. So in this area, you see that it's very thin. It's very thin. But guess what? I'm going to tell you, homie, the fact that I got more than 5 hairs in this whole area, I'm excited. I am excited because it could have been worse. Like, you can't even see the scar that I have. And it's a nice ass scar. It goes all the way behind my head and behind my ear and everything. You can't see that when you first see me, especially for those who did not even know that I had brain surgery. So that's a blessing by itself. What I feared was going to happen, it didn't really happen. Now, like, this space might make other people uncomfortable or curious. Okay, well, how come she doesn't have that much hair right there? Guess what? I've asked for God's help in that area already, and I'm good with mine. So being vulnerable in that situation, I invite people to ask questions because it lets them understand who their leader is, who their friend is, who their coworker is. It makes them understand you better, which just adds to the place. So when someone asks me if they do, and they usually really don't, but if I just see someone staring, or if I just, if I catch it, this is a testimony. It shows what I've been through, what you can get through. That's all you want in leadership. You want some understanding and you want some examples. You want some receipts. This right here is a receipt for me. It shows I went through something traumatic and scary for most people. But on the other side, it was a beautiful thing. It was one of the best things that could ever happen to me. And I'm not afraid of sharing it with you and others. Some people would suggest fill it in, make it fuller. You don't want that to be exposed. Why not? Let me show you what God did for me. I'm excited for what God did for me. I'm very grateful for it. And like I said, this is a testimony. It's a part of my journey. It's my truth. And who wants to be doing it every day? I don't. I am not about to walk around nervous and trying to protect this story all day long, spraying stuff, coloring in. And no, I'm going to wear this badge proudly and intently, because this is the truth. This is what it is. And that's it. It's just a fact. So think about yourself. When you're being vulnerable, just understand it's not a place of weakness. You are being honest. You are holding yourself accountable. You're holding yourself accountable. You are admitting that you are human and that you are learning still, that you're a student the same as them. It helps. It helps. It helps. It really is. And it takes a lot of pressure off of you. It takes a lot of pressure off of you when you can be vulnerable. Like I said, leadership is not being God. No one told you that you had to be perfect and that you are not allowed to have mishaps or just to have a bad day. Because when we think like that, we put a lot on our plate, and we allow others to put a lot on our plate. And that is not how it's supposed to be. No matter what your position is of leadership and who you are leading, do not do yourself a disservice by allowing yourself to be overwhelmed by anyone's biases, including your own. Go to God, the one who is in charge, to help you with every single part of it. If you're feeling exposed, ask for God's help. If you're feeling like, you know what, I'm not 100%, ask the people who are following you for help. Ask them to step up. Just be honest. Give yourself a break. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Continue to lead and do your best, because that is all you can do, is just do your best. Now, I invite you all to make sure you're here next Tuesday, same time. Well, not the same time as today, because today was pop locking. But at 12 noon Central Standard Time, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I want you guys to take that pressure off of yourself and do your best. You're doing great, and God has a lot planned for you that you just want to make sure that you're ready for. I'm sitting here with my popcorn and I'm watching. Thank you for attending, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.